This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, supermarket staff turn their hands to fundraising, with kids and hospitals their main focus. The Blueskin Resilient Communities Trust lives up to its name as it lodges an appeal to fight the wind farm decision. And the next batch of entrepreneurs put their ideas to the test in a university competition. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Local supermarket staff are throwing their energy into a Dunedin Hospital fundraiser. The annual Countdown Kids Hospital appeal has been supporting child health care for a decade, and staff involved hope this year's effort is more lucrative than ever.
The annual Countdown Kids Hospital appeal has launched for another year. The appeal is all about raising money to buy medical equipment for 11 children's wards around the country. This year's local ambassadors are stoked to be able to give back to a department they've had a lot to do with over the years.
We were really honoured to be asked because we're in there so often. I think they probably thought of us, but yeah, we're just really, it's just such a great appeal. It's such a great way for the community to get behind the children's ward and the coup, try and raise some funds for things that maybe they wouldn't necessarily get. So yeah, no, we're really excited to be part of it.
While Halliwell says it's not ideal to have to spend so much time at a hospital, local medical staff help make it as good as it can be.
We're in and out of the hospital frequently. Carter's got a chronic lung condition, so we're sort of in and out quite a bit, and I can't really speak highly enough of the children's ward and the nurses and doctors. Yeah, they're just amazing. Yeah, they make this day so much easier. Almost feels like our second home sometimes.
This year, a Countdown champion will be responsible for motivating staff to fundraise throughout 6 Otago stores. She says it's exciting to be part of the 10th year of the campaign, and staff are more than happy to get stuck in and do what they can to help out Dunedin Hospital.
I think that the appeals, this is the 10th year of the appeal, and we've raised $9.3 million already, and hopefully with this year's appeal we'll go over the $10 million mark. To think that that $9.3 million has gone back into the community to make Kiwis' lives a little bit easier every day is something that we're hugely proud of, both as a company and as a team.
Dunedin Hospital has a sizable wish list for this appeal, with plenty of high-tech things requested to help make a difference to patients. Countdown staff say they'll be doing all they can to help make that happen during the month-long appeal period. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Motorists are warned to take care and drive to the conditions as a wintry cold snap brings surface flooding and possible snow to the south. Consistent rain throughout the day has resulted in small pockets of flooding around the city, as well as higher than usual river levels. However, it's the potential for snow and ice that is prompting warnings from both police and the Transport Agency. Snow is predicted down to low levels on State Highway 1 between Dunedin and Waitati, although currently the road remains clear. NZTA spokesperson Lee Wright says drivers should not get complacent with conditions improving in some places, with wintry weather still expected. The fight to establish a wind farm near Waitati is entering its next stage. Members of the Blueskin Resilient Communities Trust have lodged an appeal against a recent decision by the Dunedin City Council to decline consent, and they're hoping to find a quick resolution to the issues identified to get the project back on track.
Plans to establish a wind farm north of the city are still very much progressing. That's despite the Dunedin City Council recently declining an application by the Blueskin Resilient Communities Trust. The Trust has decided to appeal the decision on the basis that Hearings Commissioner Colin Weatherall didn't equally consider all sides of the argument.
There's something called the National Policy Statement on Renewable Energy Generation, which is something of a mouthful, which is a government document which says effectively to councils and so forth, you need to think about encouraging this kind of behaviour or these kinds of projects. So our view is that it was finely balanced. We think that weighting wasn't done correctly.
Trust members say they're keen to explore any options that could mitigate the perceived problems, including changing the number of turbines. Marshall says while it could only require minor changes, the process from here could be lengthy.
The potential is for the hearing to be essentially held over so that you might have to do it all again. There is an opportunity for mediation, and that has to be agreed, but that would certainly be our preference in the first instance, is to discuss whether we can find something that meets our needs and meets the neighbours' needs.
He says it's been heartening hearing messages of support from the community urging the Trust to appeal the decision. While the costly endeavour is now going ahead, there's still a lot of things to sort.
We lodged an appeal yesterday. All those who submitted have also received that document, and they have 15 working days to decide whether they want to become part of that appeal, and they can either support or reject our proposal. So presumably they would do whatever it is they said in their initial proposal.
Once that happens, the Environment Court will look at mediation options, or failing that, a possible full-scale court hearing. It's set to be a yet another wait-and-see situation, something the Trust knows all too well already. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Police are still on the lookout for a local man allegedly on the run after a tip turned out to be inaccurate. 35-year-old Robert Lacson is believed to be staying with associates in the Mosgiel area. Senior Sergeant Shona Lowe says officers were in the area yesterday looking for Lacson but had no luck finding him. He's wanted in relation to a series of burglary and dishonesty charges. Lowe says he's considered dangerous and should not be approached. Anyone with information on or sightings of Lacson is asked to contact Dunedin Police. Budding entrepreneurs at the University of Otago are getting a helping hand on their way to greatness. They're taking part in this year's Audacious Business Challenge, a competition that's been held for almost a decade. And while participants have a lot to live up to in terms of notable alumni, program staff say they're up to the task.
To succeed in business, one needs to be audacious. The Business Startup program at the University of Otago has helped develop and turn several off-the-wall ideas into serious revenue-generating businesses, such as crowdfunding platform Pledge Me. Audacious Administrator Susan Sims believes there's certainly some gems within this year's crop.
It's going really well. We're excited with some of the students that are on board, and certainly some of the first semester projects look really promising for the students to make businesses out of. We've just started our second semester with the launch a week ago, and our first workshop last night. We got good attendance from the students for that.
Sims says the program is ideal for students who have taken part in similar high school-based entrepreneurial initiatives.
We really look at Audacious as a program with a long game, so it's sort of the next step after the Young Enterprise scheme that a lot of them do at high school. So it's about helping them learn a whole variety of skills and ways to think about running a business that they may not have come across before.
She says the workshops are typically held in the evening to fit around students' busy timetables. Proposals this year have ranged from a product to help neuroscience research to using drones to help with real estate sales. However, Sims says students don't need to have a fully formed plan in order to join the scheme.
Well, I think the thing is that some students know that they've got some skills and some enthusiasm to contribute, but they haven't actually sort of settled on one thing that's particularly the right thing for them, and they just want to actually help and work alongside a founder or be a co-founder with somebody who has got an idea that they want to jump on board with and work with, and I think it's a terrific way of doing things.
The Audacious program runs for the entirety of the university year, with a Dragon's Den pitching session in front of the program's judges scheduled for late next month. Daryl Baser, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, Cook Islands Language Week is here and an international sea lion plan gets local support.
So August is our winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
Wooltech have the experience and the expertise to supply a wide range of high-quality New Zealand-made products and can manufacture customised products to meet your individual requirements. Wooltech, great people, great products, great service.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to psotago.org.nz or call 4777 115.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Welcome back. Vehicle sales in New Zealand are on the up following a series of monthly gains. Registrations of new vehicles rose 12% to just over 11,000 units in July. The New Zealand Motor Industry Association is signalling a new annual record may be set this year due to an economy buoyed by low interest rates and record migration. Chief Executive David Crawford says the association expects annual sales to soften in line with slower growth in the domestic economy. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day down 52 points. It's now at 7,277. The Dow Jones is down 91 points. To the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is down against all the currencies that we follow. People are this week being urged to take part in the annual Cook Islands Language Week. This year's theme is Embracing One's Heritage, and Cook Islands Student Association President Deborah Meyer joins us now to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, how is Cook Islands Language Week being celebrated?
So Cook Island Language Week begins on the commences on the 31st of July and ends on the 6th of August. So it's up to each Cook Island language Cook Island speaking family to install their language into their children and family. But as an association, we will be celebrating the Cook Island Language Week on the 5th of August on Friday at 6:30 p.m. So that's located at OUSA Clubs and Socks. So you can come along to Cook Island 101 with some Akauka Zumba. So come along, ladies, and bring your pareos if you like.
Are there any similarities in the language to Maori?
Yes, so Cook Island language is a Eastern Polynesian language, so it's part of the Maori, Tahiti and Hawaii language.
Wow. Is the Cook Islands community quite strong in Dunedin?
Yes, it's quite strong. So I believe it's strong as the president for OCESA. So this year we were able to call on to our Kukalan family members at church, so the PIC, the First Church, the Apostolic Church, and to ask them for help with food or what do you call it, decorations for our first formal event as an association, and everyone around the community in Dunedin for Kukalanders came along and just helped us with that association. In saying that, I forgot to mention that the community will be celebrating Kukalan Language Week so it starts tomorrow night on the 4th, I believe it's tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at First Church, so at Burns Hall. So there we will be celebrating Kukalan's Constitution Day, where it's our 51 years of self-governance in the Cook Islands. So come along to that, as well as Saturday at 1 p.m. they will be having a devotion, and it will commence with a devotion, and then it starts off with a massive food feast, and then you can work that and burn that off with some Cook Island dancing. And then on Sunday, to end it all off for Cook Island Language Week, is where it's on Sunday at 1 p.m. I believe, or 12 p.m. Oh, sorry, 1 p.m. 1 p.m. where we'll celebrate and thank the Lord for blessing us with self-governance at the First Church at Burns Hall.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what does your role as president entail?
So my role as president for OCESA is to basically, with my OCESA team, is to organise events such as Language Week, Opening Week, or any events at tertiary, so Otago Uni, that celebrates the Cook Island traditions, culture and dance, as well as to encourage our students, Cook Island students, of where they can get help such as tutorials at the PI Centre on who they can contact to, as well as to remind them about our spiritualness, where we trust in God to help us through our schoolwork, hence why we can get through stuff, and basically the spiritual realm is a Cook Island backbone in our lifestyle. Yeah.
Can you give us some relatively easy words or phrases?
So for hello is kia orana, so kia orana, and then how are you is pe ua koe, and then I am fine means me taki, so I'm good, me taki o, so I'm good.
Oh, beautiful. Can it be hard to maintain and celebrate your culture while you're living in New Zealand, do you think?
For me personally, I think it's not hard for me personally, because both my parents are Cook Islanders, my grandparents are Cook Islanders. They are very patriotic, so ever since I was little, they've installed in me to always remember my language, remember where I came from, remember my people, even though I've been living in New Zealand since I was 7. So I reckon for me it's easy because both my parents are patriotic, and my father, in fact, he represents the Cook Islands for the Olympics, one of the first athletes to represent, and so I think that patriotism comes to me, and then hence why I wanted to be a president to promote Cook Island language, because we're quite a minority at the moment at uni, so this year is our first year celebrating Cook Island language at uni, at OUSA. Yeah.
And is the association working with any other Pacific Island groups, both on and off campus?
Yes, so the association for now on campus, we're working with other other Pacific groups with, so we have Pacific Welcoming every year for students, and we join other associations such as Samoa and Tonga, Fiji, where we showcase our traditions, our culture, our dance items to the students, and then we teach them how we dance or how we sway our hips, and they teach us how they do their sasa and so forth.
Wonderful. Well, all the best, and I hope that the weather holds off for your celebration so you have a massive turnout. Otago Cook Island Student Association President Deborah Meyer, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, sea lions get a management plan, and we're on the streets to find out if you think homelessness is an issue here.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving
Hello
service.
Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
We're a 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
So August is now winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also, to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus, we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. The Otago Conservation Board is supporting the aims of an international sea lion threat management plan. The New Zealand sea lion is listed as endangered with a population of just over 11,000. A small breeding population lives off the Otago coast, with the majority living off the Auckland Islands. The Otago Conservation Board is backing a draft management plan which hopes to mitigate threats to the species from climate change and fishing. More than 100 people voluntarily slept outside at the weekend to raise awareness about homelessness. The annual event was held in the Octagon in order to attract the most public attention. With that in mind, our Word on the Street team asked the public whether they think homelessness is an issue in Dunedin.
I'm not sure in Dunedin, but from what I've seen, it's an increasingly becoming a bigger and bigger issue. Yeah, probably not so much as what we saw when we lived over in Seas in Bristol, but yeah, increasingly more and more in New Zealand. You know, since we've come back, we've noticed it more and more on the streets.
I do think it's a problem. I have, seen people around who I've thought they were homeless, or maybe they need a little bit of help from winds or something like that. But yeah, I think it is an increasing problem.
Oh, absolutely. From what I can see, one of the things that really concerns me personally is that for a lot of disabled people, for example, we find it very difficult to get into accessible accommodation. That's just one definition of homelessness. For those who are really not able to access housing at all, it's becoming a real issue, and particularly affordable housing.
I think it is, because I've seen more and more people, begging for food. So I think it is becoming more of an increasing issue as the years go by, because everything's getting more expensive and it's harder for people to get to pay for things so they can live.
I'm told by somebody who works all around the streets that it is. That is as much as I can tell you.
I do, yeah. I think maybe not visually, as in like we don't see it, but it is definitely increasing. I know people that have nearly had to go to the night shelter because they just, you know, a streak of bad luck, a streak of misfortune, things happen that are out of your control. And it is increasing, not just in our city, but around the country.
Yeah, I think it is actually. Just the last few days I've actually been approached by a couple of people for money. I've seen a few people sitting around in doorways and that just recently too.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Supermarket staff are collecting money for new equipment at Dunedin Hospital's Children's Ward to benefit patients and their families. The group behind a planned wind farm near Waitati are appealing the Dunedin City Council's recent decision to decline consent. And enterprising students are learning more about how to develop their fledgling ideas thanks to a university-led business program. And it's time now to find out what's going to be in tomorrow's ODT, and editor Barry Stewart returns. Good evening.
Returns, and it's great to be back.
It's lovely to have you back.
Hey, a lovely warm welcome. That's what we love. University of Otago has confirmed its humanities departments are to be reviewed, and that review will be completed by November. Big fertiliser company in Southland, Taha Asia Pacific, has gone bust. So disappointing news down there. Hundreds of people lined the streets of Tapanui, which is probably the entire population of Tapanui, for free tickets to the New Zealand premiere of the movie Pete's Dragon, which was, of course, filmed in Tapanui.
And so why wouldn't you turn out for that then?
Exactly, very exciting. Highlanders also returned today to a wet welcome, and they reflect on their season in the ODT tomorrow. And while it was wet in the south, there was there was a little bit of snow in Glenorchy and on the tops of a few mountains, but not as severe as predicted, but more is on its way, so we're not over yet. And motor racing legend Chris Amon has died.
Oh, that's very
And
sad.
some good news, just before I go, the ODT has launched its new website, revamped website, so have a look at that. It's very good.
It's looking very snazzy indeed and works
nicely
on the mobile.
You. Mobile particularly, yes.
Good stuff. Thanks, Barry.
Thanks for that
plug.
Thank you.
ODT, you're welcome. I'll put my invoice in shortly. Time now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is our city view. It's taken of George Street last night. And around the city at 3 o'clock today, Central City and Tyree 6 degrees each, 5 degrees at the Gardens. To the situation in the airflow, will tend southeasterly from tomorrow as an anticyclone in the South Tasman Sea extends onto Southland and Otago. To the main towns tomorrow, sou'easters with late snow for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau. A few snow showers for Alexandra with sou'easters and a high of 5. Sou'easters and a few snow showers for Queenstown and Wanaka. Rain for Oamaru with nor'easters there. Snow showers in Twizel. Sou'easters 2 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, snow showers are possible, but they will clear. Tonight's low 0. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, but dry with southerlies. Period, though, of snow showers will develop late in the day, going for 6 degrees. And on Friday, snow showers clearing with sunny periods increasing later in the day. Southerly winds a high of 5. To the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, and low tide tomorrow morning is at 20 past 11, and fishing conditions look pretty good tomorrow despite the chilly weather. If you are keen to have your line in the water, give it a shot at around 20 to 2. And that's local news for Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.